From LEX 18, your official UK sports station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Tonight. Presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK Athletics.
Hey there, welcome into BBN Tonight. I'm Keith Farmer.
And I'm Eli Gain. It's a day of national titles here in Lexington. You got the Kentucky Rifle team once again bringing home the gold.
Yeah, and so did UK sprinter Abby Steiner. We're going to talk with her later in the show, and Tom Leach is going to join us as well. But Eli, let's start with the champions. We're talking about the Rifle team. That's tonight's Big Blue story, presented by Baptist Health. The Wildcats brought home the program's third ever national championship trophy on Saturday. And that means 3 national titles for head coach Harry Mullins.
Yeah.
Now just one behind Adolph Rupp for the most as a coach at Kentucky. Meanwhile, the men's and women's track and field teams won 17 All-America honors during the NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships, led by junior sprinter Abby Steiner with 3 honors. We'll go one-on-one with her in just a few minutes. But Eli, this is good news. I know it's not basketball, but I love the fact that you're seeing the championships come home in other sports.
Yeah, during a kind of a dark period, I guess, for Kentucky sports, mainly because Kentucky isn't in the NCAA tournament. Good to see some hardware being brought back to Lexington by some of the other programs within the university. All right, turning to the gridiron, spring practice begins tomorrow for Kentucky football. Can you believe that? Just months after winning their 3rd straight bowl game. And several new faces will be coming in when things get going, including newly announced running backs coach John Settle. Settle comes in with a lot of previous success. He was asked why he decided to leave Wisconsin, a very successful program, for Kentucky. Well, he said it was working with Coach Stoops.
Well, I think, his track record, I think it speaks for itself. He's had a good run here. He's been able to do some things the last 4 or 5 years in bowls that I think are pretty impressive, and he's trending. If you ask me, everything is heading in the right direction.
Like to hear that, of course. Keith Settle, running back coach at Wisconsin, who's basically, I would consider one of the best running back units in the entire country, including Jonathan Taylor that he coached there. So I think a pretty good hire for Stoops and company.
I mean, you kind of stated right there. When I think Big Ten, when I think Wisconsin, I think pounding the ball and then just running it. And so that makes me excited to see what he can do.
Team up with Rodriguez, too.
Oh.
Lit. Let's go. It's going to be good stuff.
He said he kind of compared him to James Conner of the Steelers because he coached him when he was with Pittsburgh. So I think that says a lot about Rodriguez. Of course, Settle isn't the only new face on the coaching staff. Mark Stoops was asked if spring practice would be kind of like a tryout for the players to impress those new coaches.
It definitely is. There are some things, that are different, philosophy-wise, schematically, and so it's wide open. I mean, you have to go out and prove it every day. I mean, obviously, we have some guys that we feel really good about that have proved themselves for a long time, and we expect them to be a really good player no matter what system they're in. But there's also a bunch of guys that we're looking at that need to take it to another level.
Yeah, Eli, I think as a player, I think you kind of would welcome this. I think, again, there are some guys that are established that know their roles. But I think there are some other guys that are like, okay, here's a coach. I can go, really try and show them what I got.
Yeah, especially at this point in your career, you're a young college kid. You're kind of past that. If you're in high school, maybe you bring in a new coach and you're going to try to be stubborn for welcoming a new guy. You're in college now. You know the track record of these coaches that are coming in. So I think these guys, like you said, should welcome this and try to prove themselves to these new guys that are on the staff. Well, the offseason started a little ahead of schedule this year for the UK basketball team. One player has already decided to seek playing time elsewhere. Cameron Fletcher has entered the transfer portal. The former 4-star recruit only appeared in 9 games this season. Keith, I don't think this is much of a surprise.
Not a shocker at all. I think we all figured he would look elsewhere, so it's happening. Short-lived UK career. All right, the train just keeps rolling for Kentucky volleyball. The number 3 Wildcats extended their winning streak to 16 consecutive matches with a win over Ole Miss over the weekend. But the Cats' streak of sweeps was broken. Before last weekend, Kentucky had won 35 sets in a row. That's amazing. But they went 3-1 against the Rebels on Saturday.
To the diamond. Hey, TJ Collette He's pretty good if you haven't heard of him. Delivered the thunder, and Sean Harney slammed the door, pushing the Kentucky baseball team to a 4-2 victory yesterday that secured a 3-game weekend sweep of Georgia State. The win improved the Wildcats to 11-2 overall and completed their second series sweep of the season. Collette sending shockwaves through Kentucky Proud Park for the 3rd straight game. He launched a 406-foot moonshot over the right field bullpen and out of the stadium's footprint in the first inning, which erased the Cats' first deficit of the series.
And turning to Kentucky softball, for the first time since 2012, the number 9 Cats went on the road and won a game against Florida behind a spectacular game-saving catch and game-winning RBI from sophomore outfielder Riley Smith. Senior pitcher Autumn Humes also a terrific performance in the circle. It was the first SEC win this season for UK after the Cats dropped the first 2 of the series against Florida. Kentucky now 20-2 this season. They play Eastern Kentucky tomorrow evening at 6 at John Crop Stadium, so first home game of the season. And we told you we'd have more on the record-breaking performance this weekend from Abby Steiner.
Hear from the Kentucky sprinter after her fantastic weekend next on BBN Tonight.
4 is the time they're trying to beat.